Happy Wednesday. It is March 20th. I am MJ, and this is a general reading for the collective. And today, I'm using Unfinished Business of Ghostly Tarot, and this deck is on its second printing. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, the window to order is coming to a close here pretty soon. Then once I have the final number to the printer, that's it. We don't print extras, so keep that in mind. All right, let's get right to it and see what we have going on energetically speaking this fine Wednesday. What do we have to look forward to perhaps for the second half of the week? The first card I'm going to pull is the energy that's influencing us. That's that spirit that comes in, the energy that whispers in our ear. It might have us approach this upcoming situation in a particular manner. Then we'll take a look at that situation. We'll see what's coming up. Then we'll open up the door to the uninvited house ghost, and we'll see what energy they contribute to this party. How do they influence the situation? And then we'll wrap it all up with some words of advice. All right, let's dive in here, shall we? Alrighty. So starting us off, we have... we're starting off here with this energy of the Ace of Swords. So when we're in this energy of the Ace of Swords, we feel really dynamic. We feel powerful. We can see things today with a clarity that we did not have yesterday. And because of that, we might approach a problem or an obstacle with a different frame of mind. We might see it in a different way. And because we're influenced by the Ace of Swords, we're ready to tackle it. We're ready to say, enough, right? We can handle this. We understand what needs to be done. So when we're feeling this influence of the Ace of Swords, really what we feel is unstoppable. We feel like we can problem solve. We have the information we need. We have the ability to formulate ideas. We can clearly articulate our vision so that others can support us as well. And having this energy supporting us, I feel like we're going to look pretty good going into the situation. So let's see what we have coming up here. Oh, poor Sarah. Poor Sarah, and this is the story of Sarah. I have to say, I received an email. I'll show this real quick here. I received an email from someone who received their first, they ordered the first edition of the deck, and their name is also Sarah, and they're also a nurse, and they felt like the story that I wrote for the Knight of Wands spoke to them. That feeling of exhaustion, feeling like you just have to keep going. You're so close to being finished, whether it be with a shift or an assignment, and you can't quit because people depend on you, but at the same time, you need to recognize your own, your own ability to keep pushing forward. And that stress that comes from that and keeping things going and keeping that fight going and feeling this need to establish boundaries. So having this Nine of Wands coming into our situation, we're going to feel exhausted. Doesn't that sound great, right? You're ready for it. Yay. But at the same time, you're going to feel resilient and you're going to feel like you can fight and you have this drive within you to take it, to the next step, to keep going, even though you know that you're working on reserves. The Ace of Swords coming in here as the influencing energy is going to help you find a way to work smarter, not harder. You'll find a way to cut through obstacles that might make it easier for you to either finish up a task or create boundaries so that you can at least take a break. It's going to allow you to see your situation as it truly is and not from that lens of the exhaustion, right? Sometimes when we're exhausted, things look so much worse than they actually are. When we're exhausted, we create more problems sometimes for ourselves. Right? We're constantly looking for things that might come in and hose us when we're working in this state of exhaustion. So having this Ace of Swords sitting here in the influencing position, we can go into this situation with the Nine of Wands where pulling up that reserve energy. We're fighting the good fight. We're so close to being done, knowing that at the end of the day, we'll make it through because we'll have the understanding for what needs to be done. All right, let's see who's showing up here at this party. And so the story, by the way, that goes with Sarah is that she worked herself literally to death, and she ignored problems, as I'm going to say many women tend to do, because we're always like, well, we'll take care of that later. And it might be a simple, like pain, right? That you're like, oh, well, it doesn't hurt that much. I can keep going. One of the symptoms, by the way, ladies, of a heart attack is tooth pain. So if you're feeling, or jaw pain, it's a minor thing that you might overlook, but it's also a symptom of something bigger. So anyway, okay, that was my PSA. All right. So look at this. Doesn't that just flows beautifully? Coming into the situation is the spirit of temperance. And what does that do for us? Oh my goodness. Well, it makes us find balance, right? It helps us get all that work done. It helps us stay focused on what needs to be done, while at the same time recognizing that we are human beings with feelings, emotions, and our batteries do run low, right? We do get exhausted. And we have to be able to find that healthy space in the middle where we can keep going. We can push ourselves, but at the same time, we have to also honor ourselves and recognize that if we push ourselves too hard, we're going to collapse, and it's not healthy, and it serves absolutely no one when we're truly exhausted and we can't keep going. So having this energy of temperance coming in, the spirit of temperance coming in, you'll find an opportunity within this 9 of Wands situation to find moderation, to dial it back a bit, to perhaps maybe bring someone else into the fold who can help you. This is all about you getting to this point where you can straddle that line between go, 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 get it done, get this job finished, and, oh my God, I've got to take a break before I keel over. So let's see what the advice card here is. So, that temperance might come in. Again, it might come in as somebody who can pick up some of the work. It might be some situation that gets you to take a break for a minute or two. That gives you an opportunity to rest. And that in that moment too of finding that space in the middle between being on the go and giving it all you've got and calling up that reserved energy and, really just struggling to finish. In that moment where you actually allow yourself space to just chill, that too will amplify the Ace of Swords energy that's waiting there in the wings to say, hey, let me help you with this. All right. So, oh, hello. Who are you? Well, we have, I'm going to just pull both because they both fell out. We have Jason, the 7 of Wands, and we also have Chloe here. So, who is the Empress? So let's start with Jason real fast. Jason, what's the advice that Jason's bringing us? Stand up for yourself, right? If you're feeling confident, if you have worked really hard for something, and you see that people might be, questioning your decisions, you might need to stand up for yourself. But at the same time, don't create drama where you don't need to create drama, right? If you've earned a place in wherever it is here, if you've earned your position, right? If you're holding on to something that you've worked really hard to obtain, you don't need to fight other people. And that in itself too, you might find that although Jason brings the fight here with Sarah, and he helps her feel that energy, feel that positive push forward, you also don't need to make more trouble if there isn't a need for it. So just pay attention to where you might be defending yourself where you really don't need to. And then the other card that popped out here is Chloe, and she's our Empress. And what she does is she brings this nurturing energy, this sense of wholeness and wellness and taking care of yourself. So again, I kind of feel like, speaking of moderation, there is that space in between these two, right? Where you get to stand up for yourself, you stand up for your beliefs, you hold true to your convictions, you fight with integrity, You fight for what's right, and you're able to speak up and tell people, that this is what I believe in. But at the same time, you have to honor yourself and be kind to yourself and direct some compassion inward and recognize that you're not a robot. You can't just keep going and going and going and going and then have people expect that you're, that you're able to do this forever, right? You have to find that middle ground. And that's where this temperance comes in. And I think that's what you're going to find when you're in the state of pushing forward. You're going to get that opportunity to take a break, dial it back, find some support without jeopardizing your position here, without losing any ground, while at the same time nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself and honoring you as a person, a human being who has feelings and emotions and, can only go so far and can only do so much. You're so close to being done with whatever it is that you're working on. This is not a time to move backwards. It's a time to keep going forwards. And that's where you're going to find that drive. And you also find the answers when you give yourself time to take a break, because that clarity is there. That force, that dynamic energy of the Ace of Swords is there to help you cut through the challenges. And you have to be able to have the strength at least to even pick up that sword. So you might have to take a break here and there. Find that common ground. Find that middle space where you can at least take a breather. So you can pick up that sword and then you can cut through all of the minutia that might be holding you back. So anyway, much love, peace. I hope this makes sense. Bye.